Hiya, my name is Atisa and my pronouns are they and them. I'm currently a master's student studying psychology and mental health, and I'm a student ambassador. Student life in lockdown for me has changed a lot. So I was working part-time at the bars and restaurants on campus during my undergraduate degree, and then we went into lockdown and the restaurants and cafes and bars all closed. So then I wasn't doing that anymore. But I managed to find a new job in a hospital, so I've been working and doing that. And I have also been part of Drag Society since my first year, and they have still been running lots of events. So they've had shows in lockdown where drag artists would send pre-recorded content and they'd put it together, and there would be a Zoom show. So that was really fun, and I was involved in a few of those, and we just had one recently for Valentine's. So I've definitely been able to have the aspect of student life in lockdown as well, and it's been really fun and a different way of talking to one another and socializing. Studying in lockdown has been an experience that I've never had before, and I've learnt a lot through it. So when we first went into lockdown, I was in my third year of my undergraduate degree and I was running research for a big dissertation project, and luckily I had my data, so all I needed to do was write up my dissertation. So in my final year, it wasn't that difficult to adjust to, but it was mainly this year that I'm doing my master's course, and the entirety of my master's course has been online and delivered on Zoom webinars. So we have guest speakers and lecturers who would share their screen and talk about the topic, and we typically go into Zoom breakout rooms and discuss an activity. An added benefit of this, I have to say, is being able to turn off my camera and listen to the lecture whilst I'm doing other bits and bobs around the house. So that's been really useful. But it has taken some time for me to adjust finding an academic space in my own house, for sure, but I feel comfortable with it now. The main concern I had before I came to university was the course I was going to study. It took me a while to decide which course, and there are so many out there. And the way I decided that I wanted to do psychology was I narrowed down my interests. So originally I wanted to study medicine, and then I did a placement at my local GP practitioner's service, and I didn't enjoy it at all. And then I saw that there were summer schools for psychology and pharmacy and lots of others. I attended a few of those, psychology being one of them, and I really enjoyed the summer school for psychology the most. And that is one of the things that really solidified my decision to come to uni and study psychology. So if you can go to a summer school, I'd really recommend it because it gives you a taste of student life, but also a taste of what it's like to study at university. Lockdown has definitely taught me to take every opportunity that I can, whether that's academic and if there are summer schools or internships, to hanging out with friends. Before lockdown, if I was tired, I'd turn down hanging out with friends, but now, having been in the house for most of this past year, I'm definitely going to take up every opportunity that I can to be outside and making the most of every opportunity. And being at university, there are so many opportunities open to you, and I wish that I took up more of them in my undergraduate. And one thing I did do was do a summer school in China in my first year, which was amazing. So life in lockdown has definitely taught me to take every opportunity that I can.